everything in life, like my professional journey, I started with Shivji. You know, before I started my professional career in the education space.
Why Shiva? Is he your Ishta Devata, as they say?
Like, he's just like my answer to every question in life. When I think of love as a feeling, I think of divinity.
Okay.
You know, like I genuinely associate love with divinity, universe, God, whatever you want to call it.
What obstacles has Shiv, Bhagwan helped you overcome?
I've had 2 near-death incidents. I did all the Jyotirlings, like I have 1 left now.
Really? Which one? is that?
Rameshwaram.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
But that's impressive that you've done all of them. Which form of Shiva do you relate to most? What does he symbolize?
The meditative form of Shiva, where his eyes are half closed and he's smiling. And he's in, they call it Satchidanand, where
Yes.
he's like in eternal bliss. Hara Shambho, Hara Shambho, Om Namah Shivaya.
Spirituality in India is no longer a pursuit of merely older people who want to renounce the world. The entire spiritual landscape in our country has changed, with many modern, foreign educated Indian youth following the path of bhakti or devotion, such as our guest on this episode of Buzz by the Bay. He is a young entrepreneur from one of India's most prominent legacy business families who is now embarking on a music career. His debut single is not something that you may hear in a nightclub. It is a soulful tribute to Lord Shiva. Very pleased to have with us in the studio to discuss his spiritual quest and devotional music, Nirvaan Birla. Welcome
Hi.
on the show.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Wonderful to meet you, and I was hearing your song Shankaraa. It's a beautiful tribute to Lord Shiva, and you released it at the apt time. It's Shravan.
So, I mean, I'm sure you understand this better than anyone else because, you know, your entire life journey has also been embedded in spirituality. So is mine. Like, since I was a child, you know, because of my parents, like, I was exposed to these kind of environments, you know, like while other kids my age were like, you know, taken places all over the world, you know, to fancy places, fancy holidays and stuff like that. We used to basically spend most of our time traveling either in ashrams or in the Kumbh Mela. We used to keep going to Rishikesh, of course, all the time. We met so many gurus, and of course, then we also went to a lot of kirtans, live musical, spiritual concerts. So that's how my connection with spirituality started and my connection with music. And it's finally culminated now in the form of Shankaraa, which is the first original spiritual song that I've written and released, like you said, in the month of Shravan, no better time. In fact, Shravan ki Shivratri pe maine isko nikala, which was on the 23rd.
Why Shiva? Is he your Ishta Devata, as they say?
Yeah, I think he is, and like he's just like my answer to every question in life. Like, legitimately, every you know, problem I've faced, every victory I've had in life, every puzzle that I've solved, like Shiva's always been the answer. So it had to be Bholenath, you know, as someone that I chose for the inspiration for my first song. Also, another thing that I love about Shiva, which I think a lot of people miss in today's day and age, is that he's the perfect combination of masculine and feminine energy. You know, Ardhanarishwar.
Yeah, Ardhanarishwar.
Yeah, and I think that's needed in today's day and age. Like, people have these stereotypes and concepts of what a man should be or what a woman should be. But I think it's a little diluted because I think every human being should be a perfect combination of masculine and feminine traits, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
And they should have both of those kind of energies, feelings, qualities, and they should not be ashamed of that.
We talk about, Shiv Shakti and, as you said, Ardhanarishwar. So,
Like if you think of it, just to add on to that according to our Hindu mythology, the fiercest warrior is goddess Kali,
Yeah.
who is a Devi, and the greatest dancer is Lord Shiva, He's known to be the greatest dancer.
Yes,
so
in the
just see how
Natraj,
that-
in his
yeah.
Natraj form. Yeah,
Exactly.
of course. And then you have the Shiv Tandav,
Exactly.
the cosmic dance
Yeah.
and all that.
So it just shows, that, it always has to be a combination of both qualities.
Yes, and so your song, it's an 8-minute long song. I
Yeah.
heard it a couple of times.
Wow.
I
8
like
minutes,
8
all 8
minutes, and I
minutes.
heard it a couple of times. So you have Kalyan Barua who has produced the song for you,
Yeah.
right? And you've written the lyrics.
Yeah. So I wrote the lyrics and I came up with the melodies, and he produced the song for me.
And this is under your own label,
Yeah.
Sounds for the Soul.
Yeah.
Okay, so you plan to come out with more spiritual sort of songs.
Yeah. So like I have an album in which I'm doing a mix of spiritual songs and some Hindi songs also. Because for me, even when I sing Hindi love songs, okay, maybe 1-2 lines are associated to certain people from the past.
Okay.
But otherwise, I associate the song more to the feeling that I get when I think of love. And when I think of love as a feeling, I think of divinity.
Okay.
Like I genuinely associate love with divinity, universe, God, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
That's what I feel when I hear a love song.
How lovely. So it's like you said, these love songs, where some of them may refer to, people from your past, but essentially it's a love song to God. You can even call it that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So music is powerful. It has a great visceral power, right? I mean, people connect to it emotionally. That's why it's a great healer as well.
Yeah.
And you combine it with spirituality, of course, and we all know that mantras also have an immense healing power in them.
Even with the instruments, like different instruments are meant to trigger different chakras in your body. Like I'm
Yes.
sure you know about all this.
No, but you should elaborate on it.
So, for example, like the flute is meant to trigger the Sahasradhara chakra, like the crown chakra.
Yeah.
Like the notes from a flute directly hit this chakra, which is why you always feel bliss when you hear a flute. Similarly, a sitar, if I'm not wrong, is meant to trigger the Agya chakra.
Yeah.
Which is the
Third eye.
Third
yeah.
eye.
So, what is the message that you want to send out with this song, Shankaraa? See, you're a young guy, in Mumbai, your urban center, metropolitan city. I'm sure you have a social life. I mean, I wanted to ask you, how do you reconcile that kind of modern social life with your more spiritual side?
See, I think like since I was a kid, this is how I was, and this is what I felt was real and genuine. Like I've always tried to live my life doing things that are real. Like if I feel something is a little bit of a put on, also a little bit of a facade, I can't do it. So for me, spirituality has always been real, and it's also been very cool. For me, like it's the coolest, most amazing, most beautiful thing that you can find, because it's like a cheat code to life.
Okay.
Is what I would call it. Like it's a cheat code to life, where if you crack that code, like you find every joy that you need in life, you find every sort of pleasure, every feeling of contentment like within you.
So have you cracked this cheat code? Would you say that?
No, I think I'm still in the process of cracking it, but I've sort of, I guess, understood the pattern of the code a little bit.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the pattern. How you said that Mahadev has come to you, and every time there's been an obstacle, he has helped you. Every time there's been a win in your life, he has been there. I've seen some of your posts. What obstacles has Shiv, Bhagwan, helped you overcome?
So I've actually, this is probably like a personal story, but like I've had 2 near-death incidents. In like 2017 was one, and another in 2015, where I'll tell you one of them.
Yeah.
So I was on the way back from Ambi Valley.
Oh.
So at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I was with a friend, and we were sitting in the back seat, and the driver was driving, and we fell asleep, and then like midway through the journey, I sort of woke up just randomly with the start, and I got this very scary feeling, like you get that sixth sense triggering you that something is wrong.
Yeah.
So I got that, and we were moving normally. I just got this feeling, so I started chanting Om randomly, like half in my sleep, literally. And as soon as I did that, like midway through I was doing that, the car started veering and then it spun. It did like a couple of somersaults, banged onto the side of the hill. It was a SUV, and the car got fully totaled.
Oh my God.
Like it got so badly smashed that you will be surprised that I'm sitting here today.
Oh my God.
Even caught fire from the bottom, and
Were you badly injured?
nothing. So the only thing that happened to me was this mark on my hand. Nothing else.
Really? And the
Taking
other people in the
account,
car?
everyone was safe. Everyone was safe, and so you can call it what you want to call it, but I attribute that was like the starting point of my, stronger connection with Shivji. I always used to, love him and feel him, but that from then it became stronger. Then I went to Kailash Mansarovar also,
Oh, wow,
like a year
okay.
after. Yeah, I did all the Jyotirlings. Like I have one left now.
Really? Which one? is that?
Rameshwaram.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
But that's impressive that you've
Yeah,
done all of them.
Yeah. So I'm planning to do that maybe next week actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, nice time. Just after releasing your song, you can go then sing your
Yeah,
song.
I can sing it for him over there in the temple.
So
But,
you had this experience in 2017.
I had that in 2017. There was another one in 2015, Rishikesh only, where like my car almost got trampled by an elephant.
Ooh.
Yeah, and same thing, same. I started chanting and just worked out. And just generally, I think like everything in life, like my professional journey, I started with Shivji. Before I started my professional career in the education space, I went to Kailash and he's just like blessed me. Like I've just, touch wood, been like so lucky with my work, like blessed with a great team, blessed with the right time of doing things, blessed with good results, and now blessed with this music as well. You need that one energy, and then you need that spirit of surrender that you put in. It's not surrender, matlab you don't sit on top of some mountain and just retire. Like you put in maximum efforts into what you're doing, and then just surrender the expectation or the result to that one energy you connect to. So you give your 110% into that journey, and then after you've put in that 100%, you like switch off. So you switch on when you're in the act of doing, or like in the act of like karma yoga.
Yes, I was just going to say karma yoga.
Yeah, and then you switch off, and I think that's been my cheat code with spirituality.
So karma yoga.
Yeah.
The path of karma yoga, which is literally puri tarah se samarpan karna, in
Exactly.
one way, and you dedicate all your actions to the Lord,
Yeah.
and don't be attached to the karma phala, as they say,
Exactly.
to the results of
Exactly.
it. And that is a beautiful way to lead life. It's not easy.
Yeah.
What does Shiva symbolize for you? I mean, Shiva is many things. He's pure consciousness, auspiciousness. Specifically for you, which form of Shiva do you relate to most? What does he symbolize to you?
I think, the meditative form of Shiva, where his eyes are half closed and he's smiling. And he's they call it Satchidanand, where
Yes.
he's like in eternal bliss. I think that's what resonates with me the most, because when you sort of get into that state where you surpass your emotions, surpass your thoughts, and go to that quiet place inside you, I think that's where you meet Shiva. Like people keep thinking that, they're gonna find Shiva through, rigorous practices and stories and journeys and all these things. Yes, all these things help in sort of guiding you on the path to Shiva. But where you actually meet Shiva, or that Shiva Tattva, is in that deep, silent zero space, as they call it, inside you. Beyond the thoughts and the emotions. And that can only come through like awareness. Silence is very important. Silence as in no phones, no conversations for some time. And observation.
Yeah. Do you meditate every day?
Yeah, I do.
You do.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to get to that stage, right? What you've been talking about. I mean, it takes a long time. And
Yeah.
you're still fairly young, so it's a journey that's unfolding.
Yeah.
But as they say in Hinduism, that any sort of spiritual drive that you have, or spiritual sanskaras that you have, is always a carry forward from your past life.
Yeah. It's also related to karma and how you have certain, unresolved things in your past life, positive or negative.
Yeah.
And then they filter on into your next life. And I think the whole idea of life, or like the whole idea of nirvana, is to like get free of that outstanding balance
Yeah.
from
The
your past
outstanding
life.
balance.
Like I have this funny story. I'm petrified of birds.
Oh.
Like all birds, small birds and large birds for sure. And there's no real reason for it. Like I didn't have any childhood incident. I didn't have any scare. So it's always been there. So I did past life regression for this. It helped it a little bit. I saw myself.
What happened in your past life? A bird attacked you? Or
Yeah, so I saw myself as like this young girl, Indian girl, sort of flying a kite on a roof, and I sort of tripped and fell. I was trying to cut another kite. I tripped and fell. It was a fatal fall.
Ooh.
And like the last thing I saw was like the sky was full of birds, and then I came out of the whole process.
Huh.
I don't know if that was true or my imagination or whatever, but it became a little better for sure after that.
Your fear of birds became
My fear
better.
became a little better, yeah.
So coming back to your song,
Yeah.
is it? Can you tell us some of the lyrics? Can you sing it for us? At least a verse.
Yeah, sure. I can sing like 3-4 lines since it's 8 minutes. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's 8 minutes. So
So I'll sing
Yeah.
maybe a few lines. So it goes, तेरा कैलाश दिखे तेरी ये जटा नचे तेरा कैलाश दिखे तेरी ये जटा नचे हर शंभो ओम नमः शिवाय हर शंभो ओम नमः शिवाय शंकरा शिवाय Shankaraa Shivaya.
lovely. It's beautiful actually. I have heard it. I did hear it yesterday, and you released it yesterday. I did hear it, and I really like that it's dynamic because somewhere halfway through, the tempo picks up.
Yeah.
But it's got a very emotional melody. I think it's a melody that you can connect to emotionally. That's
Yeah,
what
very.
I feel.
Yeah.
And you clearly sing it with a lot of emotion and a lot of passion. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
connect to it. Maybe you could just say a few of the lyrics out for us and what they mean to you.
Yeah. So I'll start off with how I started writing the song. There's this big wall in my room, and the entire wall from floor to ceiling is painted with a picture of Shivji, Hanumanji like sitting under him, and Kailash in the background. And if you notice, the lyrics are similar to
Yeah.
that. So I had put a tanpura on like C sharp scale, and then I just started humming along, and that's how these lyrics came. Like I was what I was writing was what I think of or what I visually see when I think of Shivji. And the first thing that I associate with Shivji is him sitting in Kailash. And that's how I say Tera Kailash dikhe and Teri ye jata nache.
Yeah.
So in the wind his
The hair.
is flying and it's like dancing in a very graceful way. And it sort of transitions. In the first verse, it's a very meditative song. So it's me visualizing him meditating in Kailash. And whenever I sing this, I shut my eyes and sing it because I'm not seeing Kailash outside somewhere, I'm seeing it inside. So I sing about that, and then it transitions in the second verse to a fast-paced song because that's when Shakti comes in.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's going from Shiva, and then in the second verse it's Adi Shakti Akhilandamayi Premamayi Kalyanamayi.
What does that mean? Can you explain that?
So it's talking about how the Devi Shakti has everything. It has prem, so it has love. It has half feminine, half masculine, and at the same time it's fierce. So it has love, and at the same time it's fierce. So
Yes.
it goes from like Shiva or calm to like Shakti and energy. So that's why the energy goes up in the second verse.
Okay, thanks for explaining that. That's beautiful. Now I get it. You
Yeah,
go
now you
from
get
the
the
calm to, you go
Yeah.
from Shiva to Shakti.
Exactly.
To the energetic portion of it. I like that. I really like that transition. So, will your upcoming songs also be dedicated to Shankara?
No, so I thought obviously I have to start with Shivji, but like when you're singing, so when you're singing meditative songs, you sing more about Shiva. When you sing like emotional songs, they're more about like Krishna and stuff like that. So I'm gonna come up with maybe one more about Shivji. The other two are gonna be Krishna bhajans.
Krishna bhajans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like one is a Radha Krishna bhajan, and one is sort of a Narayan Krishna bhajan with like a beautiful English part in that. I just recorded that. I can't wait for you to hear it.
Your family is also very close to Sri Sri Ravi Shankar
Yeah,
and the
of
art of
course.
living. So
Yeah.
that's been a great influence in your life.
Oh, of course. Like, I think before like my guru came into my life, like I was way more insecure, way more impatient, way more, not as content as a person. And of course, my family's been close to Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar since we were like kids, like since I was 5, 6. He used to come to our house a lot. We used to go to the ashram a lot. But I think I only truly like from the heart, like I always loved him, of course. But as your Sadguru, like someone who you feel you have a connection from like many lives. So I felt that only in 2021, 2022, very recently.
Okay.
Shivratri. I was at the ashram in Bangalore, Art of Living International Center, and I was in silence. So I do like 2 of these silence courses in the year where you don't speak for 5 days and
Vipassana kind
yeah,
of thing.
like a mini Vipassana. It's
Okay.
called the advanced course at Art of Living. So I was in one of those courses in Shivratri, and I was in silence, and I think at that point I was like feeling a very strong connection with Shiva also. I was feeling a very strong connection with my whole spiritual side. I was connecting more with my emotions and all at that point of my life. And so I remember it was Shivratri and he came on stage, Gurudev came on stage, and I was in silence, so I couldn't say anything, I couldn't sing along. There were bhajans and all going on. And I remember I looked at him. I was probably like maybe 50, 60 feet from him, not maybe 20, 30 feet. And I think there were like at least like 5, 6,000 people over there. And there was like a moment, and I'm sure I didn't imagine this. There was a moment like in that crowd of 5, 6,000, it's like everything slowed down for like 10, 20 seconds. And he looked straight at me, and I was looking at him. And like he gave me the most loving smile and the most loving look I've ever felt in my life. And in that like moment of like those 30, 40 seconds, like I remember I'd start crying. Like not out of like any sadness or release or something. It was like that when you're so blissful, you
Yeah.
cry tears of joy.
Yes.
So I remember I started crying in that moment. It was like very brief, maybe 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But after that, it just like everything switched.
Really?
Like I fully opened, my faith, my heart up out to him, and like I accepted him as like my Sadguru.
As your Sadguru.
Yeah, and which means like your original guru from many lifetimes. And after that, it's just like my growth just sped up so much, like in professional life and personal life. I felt so much more content, secure as a person.
See, it's very nice, I feel, Nirvaan, to see young people, especially young people from, prominent families, young people who have many options to do many things in life, to take up a spiritual path. I'm not saying that you're renouncing the world and all that, but to spread the India's great sort of spiritual knowledge, right? I mean, we have so much in our texts, there's so much great spiritual religious philosophy that can help people, through mental health issues and so many issues. And it's good that when young people sort of take it up, adopt that path and show the way.
Like, I don't know where I would be without this spiritual kind of support, or without this connection or whatever that I've been lucky to develop with Shiva or with the divine. I think it's made me, it's given me the capability or the strength to deal with anything that comes my way. And I've had my fair share, you know, I've had whatever complications in life, at work, and stuff like that. And I think without, you know, that spiritual connection, I don't know how well I would be able to deal with them. Something that's basically part of your inner nature, right? And something that God has gifted every human being with is their inner spirit or their mind's eye, is something that anyways can help solve all these things.
Yeah.
Whether it's stress, whether it's anxiety, whether it's you know, that vacuum that we feel sometimes inside.
Yeah.
This is the answer to everything. Like, people come to this last. You know, and they've like tried everything, then dire straits, then they come to this.
Yeah. When actually they should maybe come to it a little sooner.
In the beginning, like if you make it as much as part of your routine as having a shower or brushing your teeth, like simple practices, whether it's sadhana or like some kind of service or satsang also, you know, being in good company, being in the company of music,
Yeah.
then it's like prevention is better than cure, is what I'm saying.
Prevention is better than cure. Yeah, some sort of simple daily sadhana, and I'll just come to that. Quickly want to ask you about how, you know, it's guided you in your entrepreneurial path. You know, how spirituality has shaped that, because you're in the education space, ed tech. You have Birla Brainiacs, and you have, of course, a school in Walkeshwar in Mumbai.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where does spirituality fit into this path of yours?
I think it makes you way more intuitive for one. So when you need to take important decisions, you have clarity, peace of mind. You sort of logically rationalize all factors before you take important decisions. So I think spirituality helps a lot over there because it helps you to cut through the chaos and take good decisions.
Lastly, I want to come to, you know, let's say someone young wants to get on this spiritual path or spiritual journey. They don't know how to. I mean, what's a simple way to do it? Some may feel that spirituality is a luxury actually.
Start with music.
Start with music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Music is like the universal language. I mean, spiritual music. It's like the sort of the entrance or the door to the path that lies ahead. You know, a lot of people who I speak to, some of my friends also say that meditation is sometimes hard. They can't sit still. Thoughts are always coming. Knowledge, spiritual text is also hard. Sometimes it may get boring for a lot of people. And of course, going to the Himalayas, going to temples also may be an effort. So the easiest step and the first step is music.
So, do you want to end with again another couple of lines from your song? I think that'll be a nice. You said, you know, music is the easiest way to get into spirituality. So now you have to end with another couple of lines.
I'll do the Devi part maybe.
Yes, sure. Come on.
Adi Shakti Akhilandamayi Premamayi Kalyanamayi Hara Shambho Hara Shambho Om Namah Shivaya Hara Shambho Hara Shambho Om Namah Shivaya.
Lovely. Om Namah Shivaya. And thank you so much for coming on Buzz. By the way, wish you all the best with your song.
My pleasure.